So what is Racing to School?
Well, Racing to School, simply put, is the sports education charity. We're delighted that we work with over 200 schools across 370 race days. And this year, in 2019, we will work with almost 15,000 young people. So it's a charity that works with young people to give them an education experience which helps their school subjects, maths, English, literacy, problem solving, but does so by using all the assets of horse racing. So young people come to the races to see the excitement of how a race day is put together, but they're learning all the time, whether they're measuring the perimeter of the parade ring, or going to see how the weighing room works, or working out weights and measurements, or what a furlong is, and how the whole sport is put together is really a constant work of mental arithmetic, and they're learning while not really realising they're learning.
And what kind of people have you had involved?
Oh, well, we're extremely lucky as a charity that so many people in racing are charitable. That's the first thing to say, that everyone has a real positive outlook about the sport and wanted to encourage young people into the sport. So we've had a range of people helping us. Every racecourse up and down the country is very supportive of us, which is vital as they welcome in young people. On race days here at Newmarket, we've got a day even today, which is a very special day for a local school. We have trainers and jockeys who are very supportive of us as well, and a number of people like the commentator John Hunt, who's done a session today at the Newmarket Academy, coming in and talking to young people about his job, how he ended up being a commentator, the choices he made in life, and really looking to inspire. And that's really the message of the charity, to inspire young people in their learning and in their aspirations, perhaps about their career choices. And hopefully many of them will come on and work in the sport, or at least have a very positive interaction with the sport when they're older.
So John, how did you get involved with Racing to School?
Well, John Blake very kindly invited me along. I was always, as a racecourse commentator, I was always interested and excited to see the number of school kids that Racing to School brought to the races. You could see, whether it was Redcar up in the north or Newton Abbot down in the south, you could see on the kids' faces, wearing the jockeys' colours, just having a chat about the horses, but also, the relevance that all that has to day-to-day life, maths, geography, etc., etc. It's such a worthwhile cause, and I was happy to help out when John asked me to.
So what we're going to do, I think, you're going to listen to one of the great commentators called Simon Holt. Simon worked for years, Channel 4. This race at Sandown just the other day, and just listen to how Simon does it. Obviously his job is to tell the story, as we were talking about earlier, but listen, just try and bear in mind how he builds to a crescendo at the end as well, because at the end of the day it's live sport, it's exciting, and it gets people's blood pumping, and commentators are no exception to that as well. We all get extremely excited come the end of a race.
In the lead we have Swinley Forest with Constantia in last place. Second we have Sir Arthur Dwayne. In third place we have Godolphin's Imperial Empire. We have Sir Arthur Dwayne catching up with Swinley Forest.
With Forbidden Land second and Imperial Empire one with William Bwick, the jockey.
Good boy. Well done. Really good.
Really good. Really good. Don't get too good though.
For home in the Betway Nursery Handicap, and the leader is Swinley Forest under Rashid Murphy. Second place for Mulham and Adam Kirby in the yellow. And then on the outside, Godolphin's Imperial Empire, now being asked a question by William Buick. Further back in fourth place is Mac McCarthy. The two challengers up on the outside are both Silver Mission in company with Forbidden Land. And it's all a little bit hot now for Sir Arthur Dane in behind them. Last is Constantia. They climb up the famous Sandown Hill. They've got just over a furlong left to go. Swinley Forest over on the far side running rail. He's beginning to run out of petrol. Coming home strongly, Imperial Empire together with Forbidden Land. And these two now lock horns. Close up on the outside is Silver Mission. The line coming up, Imperial Empire joined by Forbidden Land. Nothing to choose between them. Imperial Empire and Forbidden Land, with Silver Mission back in third place.
And how do you think it's been received by the children? Have they enjoyed it? Have they been wanting to do it and now been looking at careers in racing?
Yes, well, we speak to children after every session we do. Evaluation is really important with the children and their teachers. We want to know what they think about it. If they think it's rubbish, we need to know about it and do something about it. Because some of them think, oh, we're going to the races to learn about maths, you know. I don't like maths. And however, when they realise actually it's problem solving and they're doing it out in the open air, they're dressed up in jockey stilts and looking at a sport that the vast majority of them have never had any connection with at all before, they actually realise it's fun and it's competitive with their friends. So the feedback for the children is extremely important. I mean,
How did you guys get on today then? Tell me a bit about what you've been doing.
Only outside when we was checking how long the presentation course was, and it was trying to find out how many horses we said. We wrote it down in our books, and 38 or something. 36 horses are allowed to choose.
And have you enjoyed coming to the races for the day?
Yeah, I'm really excited to actually watch this.
And did you like racing before you came today?
Yeah, because me, my nan, basically my whole side of my dad's family, we all went racing because it was a kids' fun day. We got like racing, there was loads of bounce castles and everything, and now, in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to run.
And did you like racing before?
The first time I went to Shadwell, I got like more into racing, and then coming here has made me enjoy racing.
And you're learning about it more and enjoying it. Brilliant, that's great. Thank you guys.
they write us letters. Quite truthfully, just a few weeks ago, a young boy on one of our days said that it was the best day of his life. Now, that's a dramatic statement, but that's really important to us. And children get out of school a lot less, perhaps, than they used to a few years ago on school trips. So we've got to make sure that we tick that education box first and foremost, that they are getting something enriched in their learning. But more than that, they're getting an excitement, a sensory experience. They're getting fast-moving classrooms. They're getting something which is totally different and hopefully gives them that sense of the majesty of horse racing, the majesty of horses in the countryside, some healthy fresh air and some exercise as well, and something done in a unique way that they'll tell mum and dad and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters about and want to come back to racing, because that's what we really want them to have, a great relationship with racing, whether it's just as a casual racegoer, maybe even a job, and who knows, maybe even future jockeys in time.
Amazing.